What is up, Hyperdrivers? Welcome back to the channel. Today in the house I have the Hot Toys Captain Rex 6-scale figure in the house. I have been anticipating this piece for a while. This is probably my third most anticipated piece that I got this year aside from the statues. It's been on delay for quite some time, but thankfully I just got it in the house. Now I know there have been a lot of unboxing of this figure already, but as an added bonus, I'm also going to be comparing this guy to the Sideshow Captain Rex figure of the same style. So both of these are going to be phase 2 styles. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. So that'll be somewhere in this middle of the video. I will take and leave a chapter breakdown here at the bottom for you guys to get to, so you can enjoy the glorious moments of this unboxing as I do it. Now, I picked this one up here over at Collector Zone. Collector Zone is a great place for you guys to get high-end collectibles, statues, hot toys, and things like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to it. And if this is your first time on the channel, we do all things Star Wars on this channel, talking about Star Wars news. We do reactions. We talk about collectibles, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So if you're into Star Wars like I am, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you could jump to Lightspeed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. So let's get to this, man. I am super pumped to see this thing in the house. This is so cool. This is going to be a good one. So this is the box right here. You got Captain Rex. This is the phase 2 style as you saw him towards the end of the Clone Wars. So this is how that looks. I like that you get to see his portrait right there. And then you have the Ahsoka Tano style helmets there. So it's going to go good with the deluxe 501st Troopers that I have. You got Captain Rex there on the side. You got the credits in the back. You got nothing really over there, but it does say Captain Rex. And then you're back to the front. So cool. Let's get this thing open. Let's break the seal on this. We're like, this is great. I love unboxings. So we got the, I don't know what to call this card, I guess, that shows the image of Captain Rex there with like the visor down and everything. And that's how that looks. You can take and put that behind the piece if you want to. And let's get this out. Go over the accessories that it comes with. And then we'll get to the figure. Let's get this out here too. Looks like there's one layer. Yeah, one layer. Here we go. Let's see what we got. First up, you got a standard issue Clone Wars jetpack. All right. It's got more of a dark colorway. I believe these should probably, do they move? Do they? Do they? No, I don't feel like these jets can turn or either that, or mines are pretty stiff, so I'm not going to try to break that. But that's what that looks like. I like the scoring and everything they have on it. Really nice weathering. There's the bottom of your jetpack, and then it's got a felt piece right there, and I imagine this attaches like the new stuff, so it's got like a magnet. So that's dope. All right. You got some exhaust vents that you could take and put on the jetpack, you know, to make it look like he's actually flying. So that's dope. What else we got? We got his carbine rifle, just like all of the other clones. Again, I wish they would put some kind of clip or something to hold that better, because I don't like that it just falls like that. Not my favorite thing, but the detail on it's really nice, so that's cool. All right. You got his pistols, which he's known for. So you get 2 of these, and they look pretty identical. All right, so these are exactly the same. You get a pouch, which looks like it may be magnetized. That's cool. I like that, so I'm not going to have to sit and fight with putting that on. Does it open? No, it don't open. Okay. All right, so that's nice. You got this, which I don't know what this is. We're going to have to figure out what this is. No idea what that is. First time I've seen something like that. All right, so that's what comes with the accessory pack there. Put that back. Inside of the main area, you got the visor that goes around the helmet. All right. So cool. You got that. You got another, this looks like probably the light that connects to the side of the helmet. So if you want to have that, you know, so you have like a flashlight on the side of the helmet, so that's cool. You get a couple of you know, more than a couple of switch out hands. So you got like the trigger hand, which comes with all of your clones, except this one has the Captain Rex look. So you know you have the markings there on the hand, which is dope. That looks good. All right, you got the like a commanding type of hand, so like the 2 fingers out, and again the scoring on the hand. So let's see if I can get that a little. Nah, wants to focus on my hand more than on this hand. There you go. All right. You get a few more hands, so you got like a single pointing finger, like that. All right, and then you got a thumbs up hand and another trigger hand for the opposite side. So you got a thumbs up looking hand. All right, and then you also have the trigger hand for the opposite side. So just like with this is I guess the left hand, the other one was the right. All right, you have the Ahsoka Tano style helmet, phase 2 style helmet, which looks fantastic. I really like the weathering on it and everything. That looks really, really good. Looks like it's painted on. So they did a nice job on that. I like the details and everything on the top of the helmet. You can see like the dirt and all that, so that's cool. And you can either put that helmet on or he can hold it in his hand. So that's an option. And then you have his unmasked helmet. So there we go. So you can have a look of Tamora Morrison's face. And I really like the detail on that as well. Look, you could see the stubble on his chin and everything. And then he has that blonde scalp. So the blonde style shaved head. Really nice look. I really like the portrait on this. Great, great job. Definitely has a more realistic take on it. All right, and then we got the figure, and then we got a base. Let's see what the base looks like. See what they gave us. They gave us the same type of stand, similar to like what you get with the 501st Deluxe Trooper. So you get this style rod, so that it can flex and everything, and then you can pose them there with the jetpack. It comes with the waist grabber instead of the crotch grabber, again, so that you're able to make him look like he's flying, and then you get like a felt material there that's nice and soft so you don't scratch it. And correct spelling of the name, thank God. So that's that. So you got Star Wars Captain Rex. This is kind of a plain base though. You like your standard like Imperial style or Galactic or Republic style base. So nothing real special with that. And then we have the figure itself. Let's see, let me get the plastic off. Oh, I love when they do that. This doesn't always happen, but I like when it's easy to take the plastic off the figure. They did that with my Coruscant guard, and it looks like they did it with Captain Rex also. All right, and there is the figure. Wow, that's hard. That may be hard to work with. All right, so there's Captain Rex. You can see that it's got a very realistic take on the whole suit, not animated at all. So there's like weld marks here that you could feel, you know, on the helmet itself. Really love the scoring and the marks on the helmet. So that's cool. Let's see if this comes down. Yep. So the visor can come down like that. That's cool. All right. Helmet can turn. You can get side to side action. You can go up and down, but this is going to get in the way. So this is an extremely hard plastic, and it doesn't move. So that's going to be, you know, I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to posing him. I think on the Sideshow one, it's more of a soft leather or soft material. I can't remember exactly. Well, I guess we'll get to that in the comparison. That's about as far out as the arms can stretch. Okay. See if you got some double joint action in the elbow. Don't look like you do. Yeah. Okay, so you don't got double joints in the elbow, which is, so it's going to make it kind of hard to get the hand to touch the helmet if that's the type of pose you want to get. That kind of sucks. I wish they would have. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. I get a little closer. Okay, so there is a little bit of a double joint in the elbow. You can't get completely onto the helmet, but you can get pretty close. So that's cool. I like that. There's some twist action there in your forearm and your bicep area. All right. The hand can do all the things that you can do with Hot Toys hands. You know, you can angle it, you can tilt back and forward, so that's cool. All right, moving down into the waist area, you can see again more high-end detail that they put in there. So nice weathering and everything. I like the weld marks. I really like the weld marks. Those came out real nice. All right, as far as the waist goes, you can turn it. So you can get turned there. See if you can go forward. You can tilt about that much forward. You can go about that far back. So there's a little bit of bendability or flexibility in the upper part of his waist here. So you have that. Okay. And then you have some turn ability, some flexibility here in the waist itself, where you can, you know, turn it and you could tilt a little bit, but not a whole lot. Definitely not crazy amount of flexibility. You have some holsters here for his sidearms. This is a nice material, like fabric sewn, so that's cool. Makes it a little easier when we go to pose it, so it's not going to really get in the way. See what the legs can do. So you can get almost a full split. Check that out, man. You can go full Van Damme. All right, so you got a lot of flexibility there. I love the sound of that. I love when I get the clicking sound, because that makes me feel like I could pose them without the bass. So that's good. So you can get the leg to go that far forward, and you know, when you twist a little bit, you can go about that far back. All right. You got a double joint in the knee, so you can get pretty far back with your knee, about that far back. So that's cool. Again, you got some flexibility in turning the leg and everything, so more posing. And then you have about that much motion in your ankle. So side to side, you can go a little bit forward, you can go about that far back. So lots of articulation points. My only concern right now really is this big piece of hard plastic right here, because I don't know how that's going to work. It seems to be attached to the whole armor on the chest here, the chest armor. So that's going to be interesting to see what we do. All right, let's get all the accessories on and put them through some poses. All right, there's my first pose right here. Now this is one that probably the one and only reason why I was really excited about getting this figure for actually two really exciting reasons. One, you got double joints in the elbows, which allow you to get this pose right here, which is an extremely difficult pose to get. Mostly because, you know, he's crossing the pistols. This is something that you can find the reference to online. Most images of Captain Rex show him crossing the pistols like that. You know, the animation has leverage in that, you know, you can do things that you can't do in real life. For instance, this pouch right here that comes with the figure, is you can't do it with this pose. Now great thing is they give you a magnet, so you can pop it on and off. You don't have to take and pull it off the entire thing, but it allows you to get the left hand in closer at the chest and the right hand over a little bit better, which makes it look a little more accurate to the actual image. So that's something that I'm very happy that I was able to do, because this is the way that I kind of want to pose them. So that's cool. The other thing is that it has a good amount of balance, because you heard those clicking points in the legs. He can stand on his own. You do not need to have a base to put this guy on. You know, you don't even have to put any of that on him. So he will stand all on his own perfectly fine. So that's cool. So far, I am loving this figure for posability. So let's do something else. Let's try something more dynamic. All right, there goes my second pose, a little more action-packed right there. He's got the pistols out, ready to fight. Again, really good balance in the legs, so I'm capable of putting him in this position like this without having any kind of display base. It is a little close to falling, but it holds. So I think on a shelf and everything, I think it'll stand pretty good. Now, the arm on the left side, I can't fully extend it out in that direction. So if you want to take and have him shooting in this direction right here where he's aiming towards the right, you can't fully extend the arm because of how stiff this pad is. That's the only negative that I would say about this. I kind of wish this was more of a soft leather type of material that is more flexible and allows the arm to push it up a little bit. so that you're capable of getting that arm fully extended that way if you wanted to do that. But it still looks pretty good like this, so I think it's great. I'm loving this stuff. So let's try something else. All right, so here's a pose taken from the final episodes of the Clone Wars. This is when Ahsoka Tano first comes back to Anakin and Kenobi, looking for help to lead an attack on Mandalore. You see Captain Rex there holding the Ahsoka Tano style Phase 2 helmet. He does hold it pretty well. I will say that there's a lack of hand options, so you don't really have a lot of hands to swap out for. I kind of wish they would have had a salute hand, which that's missing, and then also a not like a gripping hand, but not as tight as the hand that's used for like a trigger finger. Something that's kind of loose, similar to what they give you on the left hand. That's also missing from here. The right hand is kind of wildly open, almost like he's kind of like either commanding or like a force push style type of hand. So I think that would have been a nice option to have. Also, another thing that I thought would have been a really cool accessory, especially since we are having the helmet here, is if he was also holding the box that he had in that episode, which is the gift from Anakin to Ahsoka, the lightsabers. So that would have been a really nice option to have with this one as well. But still has a nice posability, and I love the portrait of Tamora Morrison. Again, they did a bang out job with this, just like they did with the Commander Cody. So really, really great job there. All right, so this one here looks kind of like an odd pose when you're looking at it in the camera because he's looking up, and I wanted to show him with all of his accessories on and everything. So you got the jetpack on, which applies with a magnet, and then you have this visor, which articulates, and then this tool right here, this one that I said that I didn't know what it does. So this is a tool that allows you to get inside of the helmet and pop out the 2 points that allow you to put the visor on and then also put on this flashlight that you want to have on the side of the helmet. So if you wanted to do that. So as you can see, he stands on his own pretty well, even angled this way. And yeah, and he works. So let's bring out the Sideshow Rex and take a look at him as compared to this newer Hot Toys one. All right. So now it's time to compare the Hot Toys Captain Rex with the classic Sideshow 6-scale Captain Rex. Now, just to start out, you would probably say that because this is an older piece, Hot Toys wins hands down. And you wouldn't be wrong. I would say that the detail level on the Hot Toys one, especially like in the portraits and in the posability as well, Hot Toys definitely has the one up on Sideshow. These are much older pieces. The Sideshow piece came out several years ago. It ran $169 when it first came out. The Hot Toys one is $250 roughly right now if you're looking to pick it up. But the Sideshow one, you're going to get that on eBay, which you're going to spend about that, like $250 to $300, somewhere in that range for the Sideshow. So why am I doing this, right? So maybe you're somebody that already owns the Sideshow figure and you're thinking about upgrading, or maybe, you have the opportunity to get the Sideshow one for less and you're thinking, is it worth just getting the Sideshow one over the Hot Toys one? And that's what I'm hoping to help you out here with this comparison. So right off the bat, let's talk about posability with the 2 figures. And then we'll move into the detail and what I like better about one or the other. So the Hot Toys version, which is this newer one here on my left, is a much more sturdy figure. He stands on his own. The legs work. They hold him up. You can take and put him into different poses, as you saw in this video. I also did an unboxing video of this guy. Now, the Sideshow one it lacks in that aspect. The legs are very loose. The joints are very loose. So it makes it very difficult to pose him. I've tried to pose this guy without a base, and it's fallen a couple of times, inside of my cabinet. So it doesn't really stand up on his own. So that's a big downside to the Sideshow one. Now, there are some pluses, though. The Sideshow one has this collar here and this shoulder pad. It's flexible, as you can see that it moves. So that allows for you to be able to move the arms much further than you can with the Hot Toys one. The Hot Toys one, this gets in the way. It's sturdy and it's attached to the chest plate, so that makes it very difficult to pose this. So that part is a downside to the Hot Toys versus what you can get with the Sideshow one. Okay, that's really about it in terms of posability. I would say that the Hot Toys one is just something that I like better because I'm more of a guy who doesn't like to display with the base. So if you're somebody that doesn't like to display with the base, the Hot Toys one is the clear winner. Sideshow lacks in that aspect. Now, as far as the armament goes, I like the way that Hot Toys takes and attaches their shoulder pads onto the figure. As you can see, it kind of fits snugly on the shoulders, which is great. I like that. I also like that the gun holsters are loose, whereas on the Sideshow one, these are attached to his comma down here, right? Now, this one here has got a very nice soft cloth material for the comma, and then it allows him to move the legs out a lot further. This one here is more of like a plasticky type of material, vinyl, you know, I guess I would say that is. So that takes and kind of gets in the way a little bit of the posability, and it also folds very kind of weird when you're taking and posing him. The shoulder pads you can see are attached to the chest armor, so that it kind of sticks up like that, which is also a little bit weird when you're seeing the posing of it. So that is that's there as far as the accessories go, or as far as the armaments go. Now, as far as the accessories go, Sideshow has a lot more to offer than Hot Toys does. I feel like Hot Toys lacked a little bit in that department when it came to this one. There are some cool things about this one that I like over the Sideshow one. For instance, this pouch right here is attached to this shoulder pad, whereas this one here has a magnet. So I like that aspect better on this one. But as far as like accessory hands and feet and stuff that it comes with, the Sideshow one comes with so much more. You get just show you just a few of the things that you get. Like, for example, with the Sideshow one, you get feet like this, which I don't know why they give you a foot like this. Is because you can never really use it because he just doesn't stand on his own unless you use the base. But you do get feet like this. You don't get that with the Hot Toys version. You got so many different hands with the Sideshow one, including, you know, hands like being able to salute. You know, that's a real common one that I would think that you would have with your with a soldier figure like this. You don't get that with the Sideshow with the Hot Toys one. Sorry. Also, you get grenades with the Sideshow one. You don't get that with the Hot Toys. The gun itself, the rifle, the carbine rifle, there are some differences in the look between the weapons and like the jetpack. So let me lay this guy down here so he don't fall. I don't want anybody to get broken. But here is your Sideshow gun. And you can see the weathering and the detail that they put into that, right? That looks really good. I also like that this sticks up at the top, so that's cool. That's the Sideshow. And then here is your Hot Toys one. And you can see the Hot Toys looks a lot cleaner. This part here doesn't stay up like it should. So that's a big difference right there. I like that about the Sideshow one over that. As far as his pistols, this is the Sideshow pistol. You can see that, again, nice and weathered and looks like it's been in battle. And then your Hot Toys looks very clean. So, I mean, this is Star Wars. Star Wars should have weathering and damage and all of that. So those are things that are different. You have the jetpack. The jetpack looked like this back then. So you can see it's kind of grimy and dirty, and it's got striping on it and colors. It also attaches similar to the Hot Toys one, where it's just a magnet that holds it in place, but it doesn't feel as strong as the one on Hot Toys. So that could just be age, or I don't know, but that's what this jetpack looks like. And then you have the Sideshow one, or the Hot Toys one, which is a dark gray, and then you got blue striping and everything. Also is kind of weathered as well. But this one here has a nice felt, and the magnet's nice and strong. So that's a plus on the Hot Toys as far as the assembly. But I like the way this jetpack looks. This jetpack has a little more character, in my opinion. So in terms of accessories, I feel like the Sideshow one comes with so much more. Now, the display stands are very different. You know, Sideshow back then was very much into these classic style display stands where you got like the circle base with a crotch grabber that looks like this. All right. And then Hot Toys has the new improved one, which looks really good, which is the, where did that box go? Got so much stuff floating around here. There it is. The Hot Toys one has this style base, which is their style base, and then you have this pole with a waist grabber. I much prefer the waist grabbers over the crotch grabbers because you can hold it better and it doesn't get in the way when you're trying to pose the figure. So that's a plus. One accessory that didn't come with the Sideshow one, and that's just because of time, is the Ahsoka Tano helmet, style Phase 2 helmet. That you're not going to get with the Sideshow one. So if that's what you want, you're going to have to go Hot Toys if you want to go that. And then you also get things like the visor. That's something that you don't have with the Sideshow one. So there are some accessories that didn't come with the Sideshow one, but I feel like the basic ones, which is like the saluting hand pose, the swapping, the different types of hands, I think, and the grenades, and, and just the way that the guns look, Sideshow has an advantage over them. So there's that. Now, then you have the look of the figure and then the portrait, right? So here is a close-up of both. You can see this is the Hot Toys one right here, and this is the Sideshow one on the right. Let me fix that, it's kind of bothering me, all right? So you can see that the Hot Toys one, at least in my opinion, looks a little cleaner. Here's a close-up of the face. It's weathered. There's no doubt that it's weathered. And that looks cool. But then you got the Sideshow one, and the Sideshow one looks very weathered. It looks very battle worn, very battle damaged. I like the way that the blue is coming off in the mask. You see how that's looking? It's got the same welding marks that this one does. All right. And you got some damage here in the chest, and then you got this kind of damage here for the Sideshow one. Scoring and marks and everything. I think in terms of weathering, the Sideshow one definitely has the one up on the Hot Toys. So if you're looking for a battle-worn style look for Captain Rex, this one here, the Sideshow one, is just a nicer looking piece in that aspect. You got, look at the grime and dirt on the boots and on the calf area. And then there's the one for Hot Toys. It's not as much. It's there, but it's not as grimy as Sideshow's. Sideshow's has that rough look like he's been in battle. So as far as like the armor, like I said, if you want something that's a little more weathered up and everything, Sideshow is your guy right there. All right, and then you have the two portraits. So now the portraits, I'm sure there's going to be some guys out there that tell me that, it's an unfair comparison, but let's take a look at them anyway. So here is your Sideshow portrait of Captain Rex. As you can see, the hair is very, very yellow, which I think it's too yellow, almost M&M yellow. And the portrait itself, it has a resemblance to Tamora Morrison, but it's not. It's more animated than realistic. Then you have the Hot Toys. And you can see that looks like Tamora Morrison. It looks like they give me a shrunken head of that. I like that the hair is still blondish, but it's not as prevalent as it is on the Sideshow. The Sideshow is just very, very vibrant and out there, So that looks a lot more realistic. Here goes your two portraits side by side. So you can see the difference there. I think in this aspect, Hot Toys is definitely the winner when it comes to the portraits, right? So, if your plan is to display them without the helmet, I think Hot Toys is the clear winner in that aspect. And that's the basic differences between the two figures. In my opinion, they both have advantages over each other. Definitely, if I had to do it over again, I still would probably go with the Hot Toys, simply because I am a person that does not like to use the bases. But I do like the weathering and the paint job that they did on the armor for the Sideshow one slightly better than I do for the Hot Toys. So I think they did a great job with the Sideshow one to begin with. So if you're somebody that already has the figure, I still think it's a pretty nice upgrade to the Hot Toys. If you're somebody that hasn't bought the figure, either one, and you're trying to look for which one to get, and you have a good deal on the Sideshow one, Sideshow's a nice option. So, you know, don't slip on it. You know, it's still a real good looking piece. If you can get the thing for in around $200, still not a bad deal for this guy. So that's my thoughts on it. I think the Hot Toys figure is fantastic. I'm super happy to have this thing in my collection now. So it's just another addition to the Clone Wars, you know, and all the Clone Troopers that I have. So I'm up to like 13 figures now. It's insane. And I got so many more that I need to unbox still. So stay tuned for more videos as I release them. Like, for instance, I still have to unbox the ARC Trooper 5s. So, no, yeah, the ARC Trooper 5s. I can't remember which ones I have unboxed at this point. So yeah, I got a lot to unbox. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about the comparison? Which one would you go with? Did you get the Hot Toys one? Are you excited to have this one in the collection? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. And until next time, may the Force be with you.